Hey guys, I just wanted to drop a quick video. I just finished grading the literature review, and the grades are posted along with comments for any points deducted. So I want to go over a few things. First of all, if you come over here and you see resources and assignment files and you click on it, um, you guys can see the Purdue OWL APA guidelines, the 7th edition template, and then these two things are actually things that are due in the class. But if you click on the 7th edition template, you can see here this template and how it, and this is something that actually Professor Glover created when she was doing the class, and it's just kind of this small scale template. And just this is just a sample, but some of you guys didn't have cover pages. So if you do have a cover page, I want you to just kind of look at this and say, you know, this is about what it should look like as far as cover page. One thing that I would add to Dr. Glover's document is I would add your title right here. Running head is not required anymore. That is 6th edition, but you know, having your header right here, so as I scroll through, it's on each document, is probably a wise thing to add. Although I didn't take off points for that. I noted it, but I didn't take off points for that. Also, so for some people, I noted this space right here should be removed, and it should all be one flush double-spaced document. Again, I didn't take off points for that. It's just a suggestion on my behalf as far as just writing etiquette. For this assignment also, I did not require an abstract. We will be working on those later in the semester. Some of you guys emailed me directly and I told you that you didn't need an abstract, but you should have had your, you know, your paper title, the body of your paper, and your references. Also, one thing I noticed about the references is some of you guys had the reverse tabbing order. So you had this tab like the start of a paragraph, but then you had these over. So it was just kind of in the wrong order. But when you submit something, and if it's a required APA format, it's automatic double spaced. It's automatic Times New Roman. It's automatic 12-point font. One thing I will tell you too, you guys, some of you guys, and I have one of my papers that I wrote last week. This is from my statistics class, but I want you guys to kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is a paper that I submitted. And you can see here that I have my title with my page number. I no longer have running head here. I don't need that. But when I scroll down, now this is a statistics paper, so don't get too frightened, but you can see that if you do want to include your title right here, that is proper APA etiquette as well. Your title bolded. And these are just assumptions going through, and but you can see here in this paragraph that, using this as an example, as tabbed over, some of you guys had double tabs or you didn't have the proper tab here, and in between paragraphs. Some of you guys would put several spaces between each paragraph and what it was before. Now this is a graph, so it's a little bit different. However, I don't have any extra spacing. Here and here, it's all, you know, one space down, one space down. Some of you guys had multiple spacings here. As you move through, you can see my references. Again, here it's not tabbed, here it is tabbed. Some of you guys had formatting that wasn't proper, or that they didn't look consistent. You would have one tabbed this way and then you wouldn't have another. Also, you want to remove your hyperlinks from papers. Some of you guys had hyperlinks within your text. Some of you guys had hyperlinks down here. You always want to remove those hyperlinks whenever you submit your paper. Also, the appendix. So some of you guys, no one had an appendix in this class. However, some of you guys left the appendix page. See, I have an appendix. This is my appendix. It's my statistical output. So I left that in here because I actually do have an appendix to my document. So it makes sense. But for you guys, don't leave an appendix page unless you actually have an appendix, okay? Another thing that I saw is some people you left pages, an extra page, and you didn't have anything on it. So one way to get rid of that is you click this button right here. This is the paragraph option, okay? So when you click it, you're going to see all these little paragraph buttons come out. So on that empty page, the reason why you have it is because you have these little symbols on it. So what you would do is you would just click it and then you would just delete them. You delete them all. As soon as you've deleted them all off your extra page, that extra page will go away, and then you just re-click off the paragraph tab. So just kind of wanted to go off some things. I was trying to find an example, and I had just worked on this paper last week, and my formatting is going to be slightly different because this is actually a statistics paper, so some of the things are different when I'm writing as how my APA is to yours, but you can get the general idea from the cover page. You can get the general idea of where an appendix goes, and only to have it if you have an appendix. But going back to our page, make sure that you are using these resources. Some of you guys, I mean, we're at week 4 and your citations are still off. And I've made comments before about fixing it. So make sure we have resources. This whole tab right here is for resources. This is where instructor videos are. I'm going to make announcements here. Make sure you're utilizing this Purdue OWL. If you don't have the textbook, then Purdue OWL is your resource for this course as far as how to do things. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. I didn't, like I said, some of those things, it's preference as far as like having that title on that page number, and I think it's a good thing to have, but I didn't mark off on it for this. And for having that extra spacing in your title page, I didn't mark off on it, but I do think that, it looks good. It's common in APA to keep it without any extra spaces. That's in between paragraphs. That's on your cover page. You're trying to eliminate, you're already double spaced. So you want to eliminate all of those extra spaces in between. But I will say that citations are looking better. I can see improvement. This is our first, kind of bigger assignment. So of course you're going to have things that you have to work on, and that's fine. But if you have any questions about your grade, let me know. I tried to be kind of just break it down of each point deduction. And like I said, some things I just put in there to say, hey, maybe fix this in the future, but I didn't actually deduct points. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. We'll touch on the discussion board real quick because this is my fault. It was not very descriptive, but you might remember earlier in the semester that, we didn't really do too well on the web resources. So I sent an email several weeks ago saying, hey guys, just because we didn't look too good on our first APA 7th edition resources, which were the websites, I was going to have us do some more in week 4. So that's this, and maybe that's the reason why I lack detail in it. But when you're writing it, you're basically picking a case study of your choice, which will be one of your citations. This should be the only citation that is a DOI. All the other ones should come from websites. And you're identifying the problem, and then you're formulating possible solutions. When you're formulating this possible solutions, this is where you're critically thinking, and your other 3 citations are going to come into play. They're just going to be websites that are kind of confirming your thoughts, confirming your reasoning, confirming your why. So this is just really to get us some extra practice, because when we did our first week of discussions, we did websites, and the citations needed quite a bit of work overall. Some of you guys did okay, but as a whole, we needed to work more on it. And so that's what this week is about. So 4 citations, one of them needs to actually be the case study itself. The other 3 are supporting, and the only one that is allowed to not be a website is the actual article itself. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I apologize that discussion board kind of lacked clarity there. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk soon.